Welcome to the 38th episode of the MC Knitting Adventures podcast. My name's Colleen.
And my name is May. Welcome to the returning viewers, and for those of you watching us for the first time, glad you could join us today. Today's adventure takes us to Woodstock Fleece Festival, Woodstock, Ontario. But before we begin to talk about our adventure in Woodstock, Colleen will talk about what we're wearing.
So first of all, May is wearing one of her favorite cowls. It's the Anguli cowl by Hilary Smith Callis, and that is Berroco comfort sock. So it's two colors. And the nice thing about it is if you buy two of the balls of yarn, you could make one that's like this, which is navy with the white accent, and then turn it around and do a white one with the navy accent.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I love this. It's my go-to one. I just
It
throw
is.
it on and
it looks
voila.
great. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Now, did you do something to the pattern to get this?
Nope, that's exactly how the pattern was.
It's great, comfortable. I thought I want to be comfortable today just because I just want to be comfortable in the podcast. So I just picked this one to throw on. So
perfect. It looks great. It looks great. So that's what May's wearing. And I'm wearing the Trista shawl. So I'm just going to show you a picture. It comes from this book, which is a Berroco 6 free shawl pattern. So when I got it, you had to buy some yarn and then you got the free patterns. So
is that it on the back too, or was that?
No, that's a whole different
So
one.
it's a whole book on different ones?
Yeah, there's 6 shawls in there.
Wow, that's a great book.
I know.
Yeah, I like that. I like that one on the back.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So that's this shawl, and it is made with Harvest, so Earth Yarns Harvest, and it's a worsted weight, so it works up really quickly, and it's very comfy, and it's really nice how it can breathe.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm wearing, and next we're going to talk about finished objects. My first finished object is my Arboreal sweater by Jennifer Steingass. So May is going to insert a picture right here, and I love it. So the yarn that I used was Northfield Valley yarn, so it's merino wool, baby alpaca, and a little bit of silk. So that's the black, and then the cream color is a City Tweed DK by Knitpicks.
You did a great job on that sweater. I cannot believe how you start out and then it ends up being the sweater. Like, it's just amazing to me.
Well, and I'm really happy because I did what I was supposed to. I swatched, I washed the swatch, I laid it out, and I got the...
So you follow the instructions to a T?
I did, and I ended up with a sweater that fits really nicely. I think I may have to wear a little turtleneck kind of thing underneath it just because I can sometimes be sensitive with...
Well, in the winter too, you don't really want a bare neck.
Right.
You could always make a little white cowl if you wanted to.
I could.
Or maybe that'd be too much.
I don't know.
I've
got great ideas. So that's my sweater, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. And I'm thinking I might use the shape of that pattern, but without doing the color work.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm really, really happy. I find that when you're making a garment, it's like, oh please fit, because it's not like the store where you can return it and take it back. And
now, was it a lot of work?
You know what? It wasn't as much work as I thought it would be. I got started. I used, for the color work, I used a bigger size needle, and it worked out well. So I didn't have to block it aggressively to get it to lay flat, so I think I was doing okay. But I'm really happy with the pattern. It's a really good pattern. I like her
Now,
patterns.
would you do it again?
Absolutely, I would do another one. I've got another pattern of hers that's in a worsted weight, and I think it would be great.
You know what I find in the winter, and then just maybe just because it's me, but you know, I've got lots of hoodies and sweaters that don't zip up or do up.
Right.
And I find that when you don't have that, I need to be able to, because it gets hot and then it gets cold and it gets hot. So something like that would be kind of cool. Like if you're ever thinking of knitting something for me that...
Oh, there you go.
It wouldn't be too bad to
Let me just take notes here.
I'm just being specific.
Yes.
That I don't think I would want a full sweater, because it's only good, I find, if you're going out for a walk or that type of thing where you're gonna...
So something like a cardigan would be better for you.
But for you, absolutely, you know, because you're always cold. But
that's true.
Just say it.
So that's my first finished object. My second finished object is a pair of these socks. It's called the Rose City Rollers Littles. So this is by Mara Catherine Bryner, and I've made the Rose City Rollers before, but this one is small ones for little feet.
I wonder if they kind of copied that off the Bay City Rollers. Remember the Bay City Rollers? Now we're kind of talking about our age. You know the Bay City Rollers with the flat pants? And,
I don't know.
yeah. What songs did they sing?
Okay, you sing because I'm not great.
I can't even remember what
Saturday
song it is.
night.
Oh, you do remember. Just checking.
I know. Okay, I'm old. There you go. So what I did...
Saturday. That's it.
You're good. She's got a great memory. That's good. So the yarn that I used was Perfect Pair. And that's the Loops and Threads. And you can get this at Michael's. And what I did was I had made you a cowl out of this. And there was some left over. So what I did, I'll let you hold those
Maybe I
up.
should have wore the cowl that went with these socks.
Oh,
That
you
would
would
have
be
been kind of
matching.
cool. Yeah.
So what I did was instead of having it roll down, because I wasn't sure about that in this case, I think I could do it another time. But I really like, I just put a little bit of a ribbing at the top, and I really like how they came out. I think it would be nice to tuck in with as a baby's present, you know, make a hat or something like that. And the pattern's great. It was really easy to do, so I was really thrilled with that.
And you know those little babies that I make, out of polymer clay?
Yes.
I actually made one with this little outfit on it, but I didn't put the baby in the oven.
Okay, that sounds wrong. You need to explain.
Because polymer clay, once you do it with baby, you put it in the oven and then it gets hard, and then, you know, then you've got your little polymer clay thing.
Right.
But I do have one of these babies made with this, these exact colors.
Oh, excellent.
And like I say, but the baby's not been put in the oven.
Let's just say the clay hasn't hardened yet.
Okay, that's a better way maybe to say it. Anyway, these are so cute. I love them.
Yeah,
they'll go
I was
great
really
with that
happy
little
they turned
babies. Yeah, so yeah, great job.
Okay, well, thank you for that. So we're on the baby trail again. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to let you hold those up.
Oh, so cute.
So these are the Newborn Booties by Priscillia Uloho. Oh, there you go. And I love this pattern. Now, I have done this pattern, but done them all the same color. And in this one, it's two colors, and I like it. I really like how they come out.
They're really
because
nice.
you could keep the cream and just keep changing out.
Right.
And so I use Paton's Canadiana yarn, which is easily to wash, dry, all those good things. And I was really thrilled how they turned out.
It's kind of neat that you've experimented with different ones, and I agree with you. I like these ones the best, the two-tone.
Yes,
I like the shape of these ones.
Yeah.
I think they'll hold great with the baby's foot in there.
Exactly.
And also, I do have a clay baby also with these colors.
Oh my goodness!
That I have to put in the oven when the clay hardens.
All
and
right.
I will show those for my finished objects in our next podcast.
Oh,
That'll
that's
be
a
my
great
project.
idea.
So when I say these things out loud to you, then I feel obligated to get it done.
That's a great idea.
So yeah, that's a great job, Colleen. Nice.
Oh, thank you so
Very
much.
Nice.
So those are my finished objects. And May?
Well, I've been working on my Etsy store, I guess.
Yes.
We'd call it.
It's not up there yet.
It's not up there yet.
But
I'm working on things to put up there. So I've been working on some cards. And also when I was working on the cards, I got a little distracted. And I thought it would be really cool to make a note to some of my friends on a little Kit Kat. I'll just show you. How about I just show you?
That sounds great.
So what it is I made this little, these are called vectors. I make them on...
Oh, wow. You're very talented, by the way.
I make these little vectors on my Photoshop. And then I made myself a template that would work over a Kit Kat bar. Mm-hmm. So I made this vector of a sheep. And I got one of my son's guitar, a picture of that, cut it out, made it shorter. And I called it You Rock. And on the back it says, "Thank you for being a great friend." So these are great, and I put a little bit of tinfoil, not tinfoil, it's actually kind of a wrapping I put over there.
Right. I think that's great. It finishes it off really nicely.
Right.
I'm really surprised that chocolate has not been eaten yet.
Well, now that you say that though, how many of these we keep eating
the profits.
The profits. And I'd say that, there's a couple of Kit Kats in there, and then we'd eat them, a couple of Kit Kat. So we just keep buying and replenishing the Kit Kat. Yes. So these ones, when they're wrapped, we tend not to go into them.
That was very smart.
Yes. But it's really cool because when I'm going out to have coffee with friends, or we're going out to see some friends, I just grab one of these little Kit Kat bars.
It's a great idea.
It says, "Thank you for being a great friend" on the back, and they're just so happy to get it.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Yeah. So maybe I'll sell these on my Etsy store. Not the chocolate, because it just wouldn't last.
No,
it wouldn't
that's
get there. But maybe the wrappers or whatever. But yeah.
It's a great idea.
My finished object.
Okay. Next, we're going to talk about works in progress. My first work in progress is a shawl, and it's the Minuet shawl. And this is adapted from the debut shawl by Katiusia Bayslak. So it is made in Sandness Garn Mandarin Petite. All these names I have to remember. There you go. So we saw this. I fell in love with it, but of course I had to change up the colors. So if you will hold that piece.
Love the colors. They turned out very nice.
Yes, and I love the white because it really is a pop against the navy. So I'm really,
what
really
colors
thrilled
was it in when you saw it?
Actually, it was exactly in these colors. I'll just hold that up again. So it was kind of in an off-white and in a
Peachy
bluey
color?
gray and a peachy color.
I love these colors that you've chosen.
Yes,
That's
I
great.
was thrilled. Well, of course, it had to have a little bit of purple,
Well, of
otherwise
course.
it wouldn't be me. So needless to say, I've got some ends to weave in, but it's cotton.
It's nice and light.
It is nice and light. So it's 100% cotton, and it feels great.
Now, have you knit this before? Like this?
I've never knit this before.
It seems familiar for some reason.
You know, it's a certain shape, and I love this shape of shawl.
Right.
So I think that's probably why it looks familiar.
Oh, okay. I really like it. It's so light.
Me too.
And I love the white. You can't go wrong with white and navy, can you?
Absolutely. As she says, wearing white navy.
And a little bit of purple in there doesn't hurt.
Exactly. That's true.
That's lovely.
A little bit of purple.
Lovely,
So
lovely.
I'm thrilled
lovely.
about that one. So that's the first one. Now, that's kind of a little summary, and now the next one's kind of getting a little wintry is what we're doing. So this is the Fraser hat, and it's a free pattern from the Galt House of Yarn. And I've chosen to do it in 2 yarns. One is the Concept by Katia Cotton Merino. So that's the thicker of the 2. And then it's Berroco Andean Mist, and it is Surrey Alpaca and Mulberry Silk. So it is lovely.
I'm so glad you keep those ball bands because there's no way that you could ever remember those.
And so I'm making a hat. And this Fraser hat,
Nice.
oh my goodness, it feels beautiful.
It's soft.
It is soft. So I can hardly wait to get this done. I'm going to have a lot of this left, so maybe we can combine something to make
nice.
something for you.
Now, was this, do you make these in different sizes? Like, is this, small, medium, and large? Or
I think there is only one size. Yep, there's only one
one
size.
size
in
fits
this
all
hat.
kind of thing?
Well, we're going to hope so.
Okay, I'm not sure if that would fit my big head.
Well, if you try it on right now, the stitches will all fall off
Yeah,
and I might
would try
cry.
it on.
We don't want any
No,
tears.
I won't try it on. But,
Exactly. Well, once it's done, you can give it a try, and if
give
you
it a
like
shot.
it, we can make
But I
one
really
for you.
love the feel of it. Now, is this yarn easy to work with? Because it looks like it's a little different.
Yes, so you're knitting the 2 strands together, which is why it knits up so fast. And it's actually pretty easy to work with. You can see if you've not picked up both of the strands, it works really well.
Wow, nice color. Like that. It'll go with a lot of things.
Me too, so I'm hoping I have enough because,
Well, I would just make a hole on the top and put a pom-pom in and sew it together.
it's not quite so warm if there's a hole in the top.
We can be creative.
Yes, we can. So that is my second work in progress. And my last work in progress is one of those hacks of the Katie shawl. And the Katie shawl is by the Cozy Up Knit Sisters. And this
We
yarn,
like the Cozy Up Knit Sisters.
we do. This yarn is brand new to us. It's Lion Brand Yarns. It's called Hand Dyed Heaven. Now it is 100% nylon, and it is found at Michael's. So all of a sudden, Michael has all these skeins going on.
Michael's, as in the craft store Michael's?
Yes, Michael's.
And they're not, like, I don't know about this yarn, but I don't find Michael's too expensive.
No, it's not too bad, and they have coupons all the time. So what I've been doing,
I love this. It feels so soft.
it's going to be beautiful on you. So
Who
let's.
thought you could buy this yarn at Michael's?
I know.
This is
So I'm just going to
gorgeous.
take this arm around here so you
Okay.
can see. So we are
Wow.
getting close. I love this I-cord edge, so I'm hoping you can see that, the I-cord edge. And when I bind it off, I will bind it off that way. And then all that's going to happen is I'm going to sew the backs together. So the 2 tips I'll sew together,
And then I just pull it over my head.
and then you don't have to
Wow.
mess with it at all.
I love it. I love
I
the
do
colors.
too.
Yeah.
And I was just absolutely amazed that you could find something like that at Michael's.
It kind of goes with what you're wearing too. Yeah,
It does.
very nice.
So those are my
Hey,
works
and
in
that's
progress.
could be made fairly inexpensively, I'm sure.
Absolutely,
Nice.
absolutely. Because I'm just using, it's kind of a DK weight. Yes, it's a 3, so it's a DK weight, and it's got one of the balls that I bought, and it's 175 yards, and it'll do what I need to do.
I like it when the yarn's inexpensive.
Yes, I know. No sticker shock for that one.
Unless it's cashmere for me.
Exactly. So those are my works in progress, and next we're going to talk about our adventure.
Today's adventure took us to Woodstock, Ontario, where we got to go to the Woodstock Fleece Festival. What a big event that is.
Oh, it's
people
so much
come
fun.
from all over, and I don't know how many people come to that. But the parking is very well organized. They had police. I knew there was a big thing when they had the police flashing lights, and we had to park. But
right.
Woodstock is only about 45 minutes from where we live, and it's a small town community with a population of about 40,000 people. It's known as the dairy capital of Canada, but it promotes itself as the friendly city. It's got, you know, it kind of looks like a Canadian small town, historical buildings. You know, it has wood shows, it has the farm show, it has a street fest. Of course, it has the Fleece Fest, which is huge. They have a dragon boat club. Of course, they have a little hockey team, the OHA hockey team. They have, now I think the population kind of grew a little bit, or when they put the Toyota plant in
Absolutely.
there in 2005,
That's
I think
right.
they employ about 2,400 people.
Oh,
in
that's amazing.
Woodstock.
Yeah.
So what I did was put a little video together to show you and give you some idea as to what the festival looks like and how many vendors are there and what they have there. And so I'll put the video in now, and Colleen and I can possibly talk through what we're seeing as we're seeing that video.
Perfect.
Okay. There we go. There we are at the festival, and we got there fairly early. And as you can see, the lady in the light blue coat, as I'm going towards her, her name was Willie, and we got a nice chat with her. She's not from the Woodstock area, just outside of the Woodstock area. And this is what happens when you go inside. You see a few of the vendors there. Colleen,
so
of course.
there's me.
Yeah.
I'm looking at some bags from Zigzag Stitches. I love them. My goodness, I keep thinking I'm going to buy myself one. I haven't done that yet. But I was really happy to see them.
Well, yeah, and there's some other vendors there that we saw.
Exactly. Everybody's just getting
trying
ready
to
to
get
go.
sorted, because again, we were very early. There's Willie
That's
again.
right. Exactly.
I didn't realize that I had her on the video twice. So if you're watching, hi there, Willie.
So many neat vendors. It was great.
Right.
And there are lots of samples. So this is Wellington Fibers, but look at all the samples, all the hats and scarves. And the yarn's great, and a lot of the vendors make up kits, and I find that when there's a kit, it's a lot nicer because you can kind of grab just the bag. They've got all kinds of knitting needles.
Oh, and
there's Leo and Roxy.
Yep. There's the bags of all that. There's
fiber.
a lot of fiber there at this
Exactly.
festival. A lot of fleece, different areas had all those bags there.
Exactly.
Other vendor trying to get organized. Like I say, we were early, so people were just...
And there were lots of different sweaters. So some Soldotna crops and all kinds of things. It's neat to see at the Needle Emporium. I know all the people were wearing the same sweaters so that they have a plan for the Woodstock Fiber Festival. It's great. Yep.
As you can see, there's lots of space there. Like I say, we were there early.
Right.
As we went on there was no space. So I'm glad I got this video very early.
Exactly. Now look at all that roving, May. Felting. That's all what you need to felt.
Well, I did show, I don't know if I got it on the video, but I did show a lady, that's what she does. She just felts.
Oh my goodness.
And I don't
That's
know if
fantastic.
you saw that where all the animals were, but...
I didn't. That's great.
Yeah.
Look at all this stuff. It's amazing. Lots of artwork. I have a friend, and what she does is she comes to the festival and she buys all the roving to felt, but she does pictures with them.
There you are.
There I am.
A little like, where's Waldo again, you know? Trying to find you like a needle in a haystack sometimes.
There
and
they
that
are.
lady is from the...
The Needle Emporium
Yep.
in Ancaster.
And
Yep.
that's where you bought that yarn from. And
Yeah.
I have proof now that you're paying here.
Yes,
Look
I
at
am.
that. Oh, off to somewhere now.
That's right. Just keep following me because you never know where I'll end up. Oh my goodness. You can squeeze yarn forever with this festival. So much fun. And there's books and patterns. Lots of neat things to see.
Oh, and there's our friend Linda. Hi, Linda. I was so happy to see her.
Yeah.
Now, Linda dyes yarn for that company.
Yeah. Look at all this. There's so many things, and you have to feel them and look at them and try to figure out what would match.
Now, I don't know if you were around, but this is where how they do lacing.
Oh my goodness, I've never
Did you
seen
see
that.
that?
I
No,
didn't see that
This is
at
what
all.
they do. They have a whole London lacing company.
Oh my
Or a
goodness.
club.
Oh wow, look at that.
I know. Like, can you believe the work involved in this? I would have no... You think felting was that? I would have no fingers for this.
That is amazing. It's funny what May sees and what I see.
You didn't see this?
I didn't see it at all.
They're doing a lace butterfly. Look at that.
It's beautiful.
Now this book here, do you have lace on her shirt?
Yes.
That lady was given that book in the parking lot, and because it matched the lace in her shirt, somebody gave it to her.
Oh my goodness! Look at the baskets too. Those are beautiful.
Oh, and this fellow here, he does socks, but he does them on the machine.
Oh.
Look at him go. Now I said I could probably do this. No felting, no. But
right.
The machine I think is about $3,000.
It probably is.
And that's an older type machine. I can't remember what year it was, but it's not. But look at how fast that does.
I know.
Can do a sock in an hour. Oh,
exactly.
There's your friends.
So these folks are from London Yarns, and they were showing me all the goods and the bags that they bought and the yarn that they bought. So they were having a great time.
Oh, there's a spinner.
Yes.
He looks like he knows what he's doing. Oh, they even sold sewing machines here.
Oh my goodness.
This was in the barn area.
Right.
I don't know if you saw this part. You probably.
I saw the machines. I didn't realize they were selling them.
1957. That's an oldie.
Oh my goodness.
Got to be careful, not too old.
Yes. Absolutely.
So, this. Did you see this?
I did.
This was. You make a free pom-pom and you put it on this. Somebody had made a makeshift kind of big sheep. Make a free pom-pom.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I didn't have time to spend to make a free pom-pom.
You were taking pictures.
Yeah. On to the barn where the animals are. There you are.
I've got my purchases.
Yeah. There we go. Now here we see the lady that's felting. Did you see her over in the corner?
Oh, I did. There she is.
I'm drawn to her because I think that's a gift. That is a gift. Look at that. She's not even wearing any protective gear on her fingers.
I know. Look at her go.
Oh my gosh.
Now, did she sell kits or just the roving?
I think she just sold the rope. Look at that. That's some of
That
her
horse
work.
is amazing.
Yeah.
Look at those.
So she was describing it as, oh, it's fairly easy, and oh, for some, for some. But I see she's got some wire there, which would have been helpful.
I think so.
But that's what she does. She only felts. I don't believe she knits, but.
Wow, that's amazing. Look at her go. She's so fast at it too.
Did you see her at all when you were there?
I did. I watched. I was amazed. Because I was trying to convince you to buy more roving, but there was none having it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And then we have some little sheep here. They have sheep. They had llamas.
And I kept trying to get pictures of everybody.
And
then
they wouldn't turn around. That's the nicest shot right there.
Exactly. That's what I got to see.
They were like, we're not turning around. Oh, did you see the rabbit?
I did see the rabbit.
I've never seen a rabbit like this. This rabbit was very furry, as you can see. I don't even know what kind of rabbit it is.
Might be Angora.
And maybe they use the fiber from
it could
the
be
rabbit.
Angora. Yep.
Yep. Cute
It's
little
amazing.
thing. Oh, and here's the puppies.
Yes, so cute.
These dogs they use their fur for fiber. They don't shave the dogs or like that.
Right.
They're actually herding dogs. They're good family pet dogs. They can.
Really? Oh, they liked you.
Yep. I thought that was kind of cute. Yeah, so they all get along well, and they're good-natured dogs, and basically used for herding, or you can have them in the house for a pet if you choose to have them in a house. But
Wow,
they're supposed to be great with kids and
Oh,
good
that's
pets.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I could have videotaped them all day.
I know they were.
And here's a little llama.
There we go.
Alpaca. He's not a llama, he's an alpaca.
Yeah.
The llama was in the, you might get a photo of the llama that was in the pen.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you can get if I got a video of that or not.
Look at how cute this guy is.
And now, the thing in its mouth,
yes.
the person there was asking her about taking that out, and it says it's kind of like a soother.
Oh.
You know, it kind of likes it in its mouth for comfort.
Oh, that's interesting.
There's the llama.
Oh,
There's the
look
llama.
at that.
Yeah.
Beautiful animals. Holy smokes. It's always fun to see. You know, you have your yarn and you get to see where it all comes from. So
look at this guy.
I know, he's just having a great time.
Oh, and
there's Adrian from the Fiber Friends podcast wearing her lovely scarf.
Yeah.
Oh, look at
another little alpaca. The fellow there was so gentle. This one was just loving it. It was just loving it.
So cute.
We learned something about the alpacas, that they have to have a buddy. You know, they're kind of a social animal, and they like to have a buddy.
Wow, that's
I was
amazing.
just enjoying that so much. I
Yeah,
thought,
exactly.
oh, very calming. It's not moving.
So cute. Some beautiful yarn.
Well, that was it. And then we had a great time, and there's lots to see. Wasn't that an amazing video? It's amazing how a small town like that can have such an amazing event, and have people come from all over. And it was just great. It was a great adventure, and it was a wonderful day.
Exactly. And the volunteers, absolutely amazing. That makes it all run very smoothly. So it was great.
It was good. So there you go.
So that's our adventure. And next we're going to talk about souvenirs. So when you go to a yarn festival, oh my goodness, what are we going to do? I had an idea of something that I wanted to do. So I'm going to show you this. So this is a pattern by Hilary Smith Callis. And this is called the Cruces Cowl. Hopefully I'm saying it correctly. And I kind of fell in love with this, and I thought it would be something a little different to do. So I knew I needed to have 2 colors, and it needed to be basically DK weight yarn. So I was on the hunt. That was the first thing.
I think that's the whole idea to go to something like that, is to have a pre-plan, because I think it would be very overwhelming to go in there and go, where do I start? So the fact that you had an idea and you knew what you were looking for, I think that's the way to go for you anyway.
Exactly.
For other people it might be different, but
yeah, and I know that I have a nice stash. I feel very lucky that I have the stash that I do. May keep saying it's my.
I got to move out.
She keeps telling me that my stash will be alive when I'm not. So that's not a good thing. But, you know, it's true. I need to use what I've got. But I wanted to do something nice for this, and I found 2 colors. So I went to the Red Sock, Blue Sock yarn booth. And this is their Super Wash Sport. And this gray is called Silver Tips. And this is called Mauve. And what I thought was, by putting those 2 colors together,
that's going to look
it's
amazing.
a great contrast, and I think it will work really well.
Yeah, can't wait to see that one.
I know. I was thrilled. They were all out of their cashmere, so I couldn't get any cashmere.
Oh, too bad.
But this is still soft. If you see, you can feel it.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Exactly.
I felt softer, but it's not too bad.
I know. It's really, really nice. And I love Red Sock, Blue Sock, and I don't see the yarn very often, so I was really pleased to do that.
Good. I think that'll look lovely when it's all done.
So that's my first souvenir. Then I had another idea.
Did you have another idea before you went in?
I did, because I was interested in trying some yarn by a dyer that's in the States, and I knew of one store that carried it, and I thought, I wonder if they'll bring some. So the yarn dyer is called Uloho. Nicole is her name, and I've seen her a lot with the Grocery Girls, and I thought, I want to see what the yarn is like. But one of the very first booths that I went to was at the Needle Emporium, and I didn't know they carried it. It was another store that I thought they did. So at the Needle Emporium, I found this.
Oh, I love the colors.
I do too. It's a brighter blue. I tend to be a little bit more muted, but I love this one. So it's a 1 skein shawl project, or I'll mix it with another skein, and it's called Whale Song.
I was going to call it, I was thinking, if they're going to call this, they should call it Seashore, because it just looks like the beach and the...
I know.
It's lovely.
It is really, really soft. There's no cashmere in it, but it's really, really soft, and I think it's going to knit up really well.
Nice.
So I'm absolutely thrilled with my purchases.
Wonderful.
I know.
We're
and
glad you're happy.
We saw lots of people, and lots of people buying lots of fiber. There's lots of fiber at this festival. So it was neat to see.
Yeah.
There's all, I know.
Eggs, as you saw in the video.
Exactly. So it's really, really exciting to do that. Those are my souvenirs. I am thrilled. I've got some great ideas. I can hardly wait to get that yarn caked up. We had a great time at the Fleece
We had
Festival.
a wonderful time. It was a nice drive, great festival, wonderful day.
We met some amazing people.
We did.
And we were thrilled to be there. So thanks so much for watching. If you like what you're seeing, give us a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe, let us know what you'd like to see. And until next time,
You take care.